Happy Monday, everyone. Today we're on week 11 of Taste of Heaven and Awakening to Divine Love. This chapter is called the Bhagavad Gita, which is a beautiful scripture, a beautiful Hindu scripture. And I will read a little bit. I'll read one of my favorite quotes from the Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, "Weapons cannot cut the soul, fire cannot burn it. Water cannot drown it, and wind cannot wither it away." It is this exactly that when I first heard those words and read those words, it's a feeling of being deathless and the feeling of realizing who we really are as souls, rather than associating ourselves with this outer shell, with this dress of a body. I want to read a little bit more about fear and death. The greatest fear that anyone can have is the fear of death. But when we realize that we are souls rather than bodies, and thus immortal, then the fear of death diminishes. I am a soul, you are a soul. Unlike the body, the soul can never be harmed, and thus cannot be threatened in any way. There is no death. We are deathless. We as souls are immortal. So I think that's why I really was drawn to that quote from the Gita. And in this chapter, I talk about a few topics from the Gita that spoke to me. And I just want to share that when I was a teenager, I read the Gita and I tried to understand it, but it just wouldn't speak to me. It didn't make sense to me. And then many years later, after I had my spiritual awakening, I reread it. And it was all of a sudden I felt like it was speaking to me personally. And the beautiful thing about that is that it was because I had a spiritual experience, and I think that's what was missing for me as a teenager. I was trying to understand it conceptually, and then it just was like a foreign language. But once I had a personal experience with the divine, and that's when I could really understand it, and it made a lot more sense to me. So that's all for today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you.